Well, Jake and Dana, Bernie and I were supposed to talk about a bunch of issues that had only touched on national security, and we'll probably do that somewhere down the road soon. But we find ourselves in a serious situation today. I don't like people that say, "I told you so," but you both know how much pressure, criticism, and heat I took because I was the one Republican who would not endorse Donald Trump, would not go to the convention. Some people thought I did it because I was angry or bitter or whatever. It had nothing to do with it. The things that have swirled around this White House are the reasons that caused me not to move forward and support him, both in the primary and going to that Republican convention. I'm just sad for the country because we have to get to the bottom of this. And I believe this is not a time for Republicans to hide. And I also don't think it's a time for Democrats to exploit. I saw Bernie's wife when we were right there getting the makeup. And as I walked past her, I said, it's serious. Look, people are going to go to school tomorrow. We're all going to go to work tomorrow. But it is very important that we get to the bottom of this. Because once we can get to the bottom of it, I think we can move on. And I believe that the senator is right. I mean, we have health care in front of us. We have debt. We have issues of the differences between the rich and the poor, our education system, training workers. We have got to get to the serious business of running this country. And part of my concern was not just some of what I saw during that campaign, but also there wasn't a real grasp on the issues that I think are so important. And to the American people, the thing I would say is there's no pills, there's no apps, there's no bumper stickers to solve these very serious problems we have in this country. We have to get down to them, but first we've got to get to the bottom of this. And again, let's put our country first, and we'll come out of this better, and we'll see. Maybe we'll find that there isn't anything here that is destructive. We'll have to find out, and I'd like to get to the bottom of it all.
And Governor, if it can be proven, if the memo that James Comey wrote is produced, and the memo shows contemporaneous notes that President Trump asked James Comey when he was FBI director to let the FBI investigation into Mike Flynn go, do you agree with Bernie Sanders here that that is the definition of what obstruction of justice is all about?
Well, look, I don't want to avoid this, Jake. I'm not a lawyer, and you're not either. I think if the intelligence committees cannot do their job, then we have to have a special committee. If, in fact, that's what we find, if there's a violation of the law, then, we have a very, very serious problem, perhaps a constitutional problem for our country. But I don't want to speculate at this point. I don't think that's fair to anybody. Let's see where this all... I always like to tell my staff, when somebody says this and somebody else says that, I said there's always three sides to every story. So I think we've got to see where this all rests before we jump to any conclusions, because I don't think it's fair to anybody, but we need to know.
Well, Jake, if I can, I